Someone asked in the comments, why does God talk to you? I am an avatar of God, the Arcturians, Muhammad and Aisha, Krishna and Radha, and Matthew and Joan of Arc.
This is just another message for the Russian President Putin, because Commander Ashtar has been like pinging me telepathically since yesterday evening, and he wants me to have a word with the Russian president. Again, he wants me to have a word with you. He wants me to talk to you again. And I keep saying to Commander Ashtar, it's like, what's the point? He's not listening to me. He's not listening to us. So what's the point of trying to keep talking to him? But Commander Ashtar is still insisting that we keep talking to you. And I keep getting this from Commander Ashtar that you, Mr. Putin, you are a star seed, but you have gone rogue. You have turned rogue. And you have turned dark. And you know, I'm getting something about you from Commander Ashtar, but I had to go and look something up on Google first, but because why am I getting that you're an atheist, or you're practically an atheist? But now that I'm looking up on Google just to see what I would find about you when it comes to religion on Google, and here it's saying Putin and the Orthodox Church, and then there are other links saying Putin attends Easter service. Putin, for whom the Orthodox faith is central to his worldview, always attends services during major church holidays. And then another one says from Fox News, is Russia's Putin a devout Christian, or has he weaponized religion to advance his personal ambitions? Oh, hang on. And then it says Russian President Vladimir Putin's mother had him secretly baptized as a baby as his father was an atheist? Isn't that interesting? Because I am getting that you are an atheist deep down. So what is all this, what's that word, charade with religion or being religious about? And then the next article here says, since taking power in 1999, President Putin has regularly professed and used religious connections to the Orthodox Church for political gain. Hang on, let me go in there. Actually, what was I? The Unexpected Theologian, the rise of religious messaging in Putin's remaking of Russian state identity. Hang on. What's going on here? What is really going on here? What else is here? Vladimir Putin, a miracle defender of Christianity? Or, oh goodness, can I even see that one? Right. Vladimir Putin, a miracle defender of Christianity or the most evil man? This is another article here on Google. And it says the Russian president's Orthodox faith is central to his worldview, but he has used it to justify invasion and violence in God's name? Wow. I see. So this is what's going on with you too. So you are weaponizing religion and using religion to justify invasion and violence in God's name? Wow. Sounds like those Muslim terrorists who do that, like who do the same thing. But this is Christian religion that we're talking about. The Orthodox Church, the Orthodox branch of Christianity, if I can call it that, the Orthodox faith. But your father was an atheist, and Commander Ashtar is telling me you are an atheist deep down. So then why are you using religion? Oh, hang on. Well, this is nothing new either, because politics and religion run hand in hand. Because, God, this is going back how many thousands of years? It's like politicians have always used religion for political gain. And this is what's still going on in this day and age too, in the 21st century as well. And this is what you're doing too. But deep down, you're an atheist, is what I'm getting from Commander Ashtar. But you're using religion as a weapon to justify invasion and violence in God's name. Wow. And another thing Commander Ashtar is telling me, or another thing that I'm getting from Commander Ashtar about you, is that you are being haughty. You are being arrogant and haughty, and you think you are superior, like you have a superiority complex. I know what haughty means, but when I actually go and look up the meaning of haughty on Google, this is what Google is saying. Haughty meaning arrogant or arrogantly superior and disdainful. The meaning of haughty is blatantly and disdainfully proud, having or showing an attitude of superiority and contempt for people or things. Unfriendly and seeming to consider yourself better than other people. I see. Disdainfully proud, scornfully arrogant, snobbish. Wow. When you're haughty, you have a big attitude and act like you're better than other people. And another meaning of it is stuck up, pompous, conceited. I mean, these are other meanings of haughty as well here. Proud, vain, arrogant, conceited, snobbish, stuck up, pompous. And I guess we can go on, but let me just stop right there. And this is interesting. Now they want me to, like, now Commander Ashtar wants me to look at Bible verses that talk about haughty people. And I'm like, what's the point if he's an atheist deep down? But since you want to pretend to be religious, so maybe we can quote some Bible verses to you. Like, you want to pretend to be religious to fool the people and to weaponize religion in order to justify your invasion, war, and violence, and chaos and destruction in God's name, when God has nothing to do with what you're doing with invading Ukraine and with whatever is going on with the Ukraine-Russia war right now, for a long time as well, like by now. So here goes some of the Bible verses on haughtiness. This one is from Proverbs 21:4. It says, the haughty look and the proud heart, and even honest work like plowing, when done by evil people, displease God, because it does not honor him. What else? Bible verses about haughtiness. I'm looking at Google. The one who has a haughty look and a proud heart, him I will not endure. So what does that mean? God will not endure haughty people. Psalm 138:6 says, though the Lord is on high, yet he regards the lowly. Pride goes before destruction. Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. What else is here? I don't want to have to be doing this, but I am being asked to. So I am being asked to by Commander Ashtar and the Arcturians and God, of course. God is here with me too, because I am an avatar of God as well. So, and then what does the Bible say about haughty people? Romans 12:16. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. And then I think there's more, but I'm gonna have to go into the link. Can I? Oh, right. I've already said this one. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 21:4. Haughty eyes and a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked, are sin. Proverbs 18:12. Before destruction, a man's heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. James 4:6. But he gives more grace. Therefore, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. Proverbs 29:23 says, one's pride will bring him low, but he who is lowly in spirit will obtain honor. Well, I guess only if they gave up on all the haughtiness and pridefulness and tried to redeem themselves in front of God, then yeah, maybe they could obtain honor after that, or in doing that. Yeah, so there's just a lot of Bible verses here on that subject. Proverbs 8:13 says, the fear of the Lord is hatred of evil, pride and arrogance, and the way of evil and perverted speech I hate. Yeah, there's more Bible verses here on haughtiness. So I'm not gonna go through all of them. Oh, actually, right, that's the one I was looking for. Romans 12:16. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. All right, so that's what the full verse says. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that there because there's a lot of Bible verses here, and I'm not gonna go through all of them. And frankly, I shouldn't be the one going through all these Bible verses. Since you're pretending to be religious, Mr. Putin, maybe you should read up on some Bible verses on haughtiness, because that's what you are being. You are being haughty in the eyes of God. God is telling me that right now, because I'm channeling God here as well, and Commander Ashtar, and the Arcturians, and my soul. Anything else you want to say here to President Putin? Right, they want me to repeat this. Pride comes before destruction. And that is Proverbs 16:18 from the Bible. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Disgrace is before ruin, and pride of spirit before misfortune. So pride comes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. That's Proverbs 16:18 from the Bible. So what does that mean for you, Mr. President? President Putin? I'm getting from Commander Ashtar that we will take care of our own because as I said, you are a fallen starseed. You are a starseed who has fallen, who has gone rogue and turned dark. So I guess what Commander Ashtar is trying to say here is that then, if that's how you're gonna be, then we're gonna have to take care of you. That's what he means by taking care of our own. Especially the ones who have fallen, like you, Mr. President, President Putin. Right now I'm getting this from Commander Ashtar and the Arcturians and God, that just like we are offering redemption to the US President Joe Biden, we are offering redemption to you, Mr. Putin. We are offering redemption to you as well. If you'd like to take us up on that offer, God is offering redemption to you as well. Because what do you think is going to happen to you or your spirit? Your dark spirit is what I'm getting? Or your spirit has turned dark by now. When you die in this lifetime, where do you think your dark spirit is going to go? And I'm getting hell. So you're pretending to be religious, but you're using religion as a weapon to justify invasion, war, violence, destruction, and you're doing all this in God's name while God has nothing to do with it. And you're doing this especially when it comes to Russia-Ukraine war, your unjustifiable invasion of Ukraine. And you're doing all this, what, in God's name? When God has nothing to do with it? When God has not told you to go and invade Ukraine and create all this war and violence and chaos and destruction. God has nothing to do with that. God has not told you to go and do that. You are doing that for your own political gain or whatever is going on in your twisted psyche. God has nothing to do with it. God has nothing to do with what you're doing with this Russia-Ukraine war and all the violence and chaos and destruction and all the killing and murder of innocent human beings that you've caused so far in this Russia-Ukraine war. God has nothing to do with it. So stop doing that. Stop going to war in God's name. Stop justifying invasion of Ukraine and war with Ukraine and causing all this killing and murder of innocent Ukrainian people in cold blood and all this destruction in God's name. Stop causing all of this in God's name. God has nothing to do with it. You are the one doing all this. God has nothing to do with it. God never told you to go and invade Ukraine and kill and murder innocent human beings and cause all this destruction. And you're willing to cause even more destruction using nuclear weapons. You're willing to cause a damn third world war. For what? For your own pride and ego and haughtiness? And you're going to do this in God's name? When God has nothing to do with it? When it's all you? And it's all going to be on you and on your spirit? Because if you don't stop right now with all of this, your spirit is going to hell. after you die in this lifetime. Or going back to hell, because I'm sure that's probably where it was stuck before you re-entered or reincarnated in this lifetime. So it's just gonna, if you keep doing this, if you continue with all of this, if you continue on the war path, then when you die in this lifetime, your spirit is going back to hell. And it doesn't matter if you're an atheist and whether you believe in God and heaven and hell or not. It does not change the fact that hell exists for people like you and spirits like you and dark spirits like you, or people who have turned dark, or spirits who have turned dark over time, because you've been doing all of this, because you've been causing all this destruction and killing and murder of innocent human beings. And then, the audacity that you are doing it and justifying it in God's name when God has nothing to do with it, when God never asked you to do this. And now God is telling me that God is angry about this. And justifiably so. Because God is actually justifiable in being angry at all of this, because you are doing it in God's name when God has nothing to do with this, when God has never told you to go and invade Ukraine and cause all this killing and murder in cold blood of innocent human beings and cause all this destruction. And you want to cause even more destruction by using nuclear weapons, and you want to start a third world war and cause even more killing and more murder and more destruction and more killing and murder of innocent human beings. And you want to cause even more destruction on planet Earth and to the planet as well. Like, what are you doing? Can you just pause for a moment and sit down and just think and just reflect on what you're doing? What is going on in that head of yours? This is not the kind of legacy you want to leave behind. You don't want to be turned into the next Hitler. Because we all know what kind of legacy Hitler has left. No one likes Hitler. This message is coming for you, Mr. Putin, directly from God, whose name you are using to justify your invasion of Ukraine and to justify all the violence and destruction you're causing, and you still plan to cause if you go ahead with your nuclear weapon strike or whatever you're planning to do with that, and trying to cause a third world war and to cause even more killing and more murdering of innocent human beings in cold blood and causing more destruction to planet Earth. We will not allow that. We have already told you in our previous messages that we will not allow that. And we keep asking you to stop, but you are still not stopping. But you will definitely not do all this and justify it in God's name, because God has nothing to do with it. Just know that this message is coming directly from God, from the Arcturians and Commander Ashtar of Ashtar Command or Ashtar Galactic Command. And we're all trying to reason with you here. We're all trying to talk you out of it. We're all trying to reason with you here. And God is also offering you a chance at redemption. So please think about it. Over and out.